Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. At a cost exceeding 1.5 billion Omani riyals, Oman Investment Authority announces 36 investment opportunities in several sectors. A memorandum of binding commercial conditions and incorporation documents of the Musandam Fish Farming Company is signed to establish an integrated marine fish farming project in open waters. And the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion issued a ministerial decision regarding the regulation of practicing consumer cooperative activity. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. At a cost exceeding 1.5 billion Omani riyals, Oman Investment Authority announced 36 investment opportunities in a number of sectors. The authority stated that the available opportunities at Invest Oman Lounge include a number of opportunities like the third phase of Yiti Yankit project, the project of establishing entertainment hub in the Wilaya of Barka, and logistic project at the economic free zone of Muscat International Airport. The authority added that they are industrial projects like establishing 3 factories of the canning of seafood products and packaging of fish, in addition to mining projects. A memorandum of binding commercial conditions and incorporation documents of Musandam Fish Farming Company were signed to establish an integrated marine fish farming project in open waters.
Chamber of Commerce and Industry to attract investments and diversify income sources in the Governorate of Musandam. It is established through partnership between Musandam Global Investment Company and foreign investors. The project aims at producing more than 3,500 tons annually of various types of fish destined for export to regional and global markets. As per the memorandum, fish farming project in open waters and hatchery will be established, in addition to a factory for fish packaging, lab for research and development, stores and logistic services. Musandam Fish Farming Company will also create job opportunities for citizens in the Governorate.
The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion issued a ministerial decision regarding the regulation of practicing consumer cooperative activity with the aim of regulating this practice of this activity, promoting Omani products, creating new supply chains and developing the governorates. The role of the consumer cooperative is summarized in the following. Being a legal framework that is established in various economic activities to provide and sell consumer goods through the contribution of a good of people with capital in return for the profits they receive, which leads to an improvement in their economic and social conditions. Coordinating with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning to allocate governmental land for usufruct. The cooperative has the right of establishing branches within the Sultanate of Oman after coordinating with the governorates in which the branch will be established and obtaining an approval from the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion. The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion started today implementing the annual survey of industrial establishment electronically for the years 2020, 2021 and 2022. The annual survey targets more than 960 industrial establishments in various governorates of the Sultanate of Oman, including industrial zones, ports, free zones and special economic zone at Duqm. The industrial survey also aims to provide a modern and accurate database on industrial establishments in the Sultanate of Oman to create advanced indicators to monitor and measure the performance of the industrial sector in order to enhance transparency in the sector, identify investment opportunities, and raise the percentage of local content in the sector. Al-Rahma Association for Motherhood and Childhood signed an agreement to establish a sustainable building for the association after its success in fundraising 1 million Omani Riyals through the campaign Your Giving Remains. The building will be established on a 4,000 square meters land in the wilaya of Al-Sib. It will comprise of 3 floors containing the association's headquarters in addition to commercial stores, the proceeds of which will go to the aid or program organized by the association. This will provide steady income for the association, which currently depends on donations. Such steps goes hand in hand with the sustainability goals of Oman Vision 2040. The signing ceremony was held under the patronage of Her Highness Sayyida Mayan bint Shihab Al Said. And now for the international world, Israeli soldiers shot dead a Palestinian man in the north of the occupied West Bank. The Palestinian Health Ministry said that the victim was hit in the chest and belly by live fire in a zone near Kalkia. The shooting follows a surge in Middle East violence since Israeli police stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque on Wednesday after they said Palestinians barricaded themselves inside. The Israeli army announced it launched artillery strikes on Syria this morning after several rockets were fired from there and landed in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. The ministry said in response to the rockets fired from Syria at Israel earlier today, IDF artillery is currently striking in Syrian territory, adding that a drone was also currently striking the launchers in Syria from which rockets were launched into Israeli territory. Meanwhile, Syrian state news agency Sana said the Israeli strikes took place around 5 a.m., citing an unnamed military source. Sana said Syria's military had intercepted the rockets and brought down some of them. A 50-year-old man and his 11-year-old daughter were killed after Russian missiles struck a house in southeastern Ukrainian city of Zaporizhzhia. The head of the Ukrainian State Emergency Services said Russia carried out a missile attack in Zaporizhzhia and killed another Ukrainian family. The region is one of the 4 Ukrainian provinces Russian President Vladimir Putin claims to have annexed last year. Chinese fighter jets and warships simulated strikes on Taiwan today as they encircled the island during a second straight day of military drills that were launched in response to its president meeting the U.S. House Speaker. The exercises sparked condemnation from Taipei and calls for reassurance from Washington, which said it was monitoring Beijing's action closely. The People Liberation Army Eastern Theater Command said dubbed Joint SWAT, the 3-day operation, which includes rehearsing and encirclement of Taiwan, will run until tomorrow. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. At a cost exceeding 1.5 billion Omani Riyals, Oman Investment Authority announces 36 investment opportunities in several sectors. A memorandum of binding commercial conditions and incorporation document of the Musandam Fish Farming Company is signed to establish an integrated marine fish farming project in open waters. And the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion issues a ministerial decision regarding the regulation of practicing consumer cooperative activity. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night and stay safe.